Well, political donations remain big business for Australia's major political parties. And in return for hefty contributions, businesses and individuals get access to ministers and political leaders all the way up the chain. In fact, the fundraiser is so lucrative that one analyst says the New South Wales Labor Party made around $1 million from a single dinner for the now deposed Premier Morris Iemma. John Stewart reports.
At the ALP National Conference, business people could go up the escalator, paying up to $7,500 to attend the Business Observers Forum. It was a chance to network and meet the occasional minister.
Both major parties are very dependent indeed on private donations. Public funding is just really very thin icing on a very big cake, and that big cake is made up of private donations. They either come from individuals, from corporations or from trade unions, and the amounts of money are quite large.
Dr Norman Thompson is a member of the New South Wales Greens and has been researching political party donations for 7 years. He says that some recent political fundraisers have been lucrative affairs.
There are some very large fundraisers. Before the 2007 New South Wales state election, one fundraiser was the Morris Iemma dinner, it was called. The Labor Party raised almost $1 million from that one dinner.
Dr Thompson says the New South Wales Labor Party isn't the only successful fundraiser. He says the Wentworth Forum raised nearly $1.4 million in the lead-up to Malcolm Turnbull's first campaign for his federal seat.
And there are 5 different levels of membership. The lowest is just $5,500 a year. The highest is $55,000. And the higher the level of membership, the more access you have to Malcolm Turnbull.
Professor Brian Costa says that ordinary people can't afford to attend party fundraisers and are locked out of the political process.
This situation is putting a major barrier, an inequality barrier if you like, in the path of such citizens. You can have access providing you hand over money.
According to Dr Thompson, it's also possible for donors to make multiple contributions without the funds being publicly disclosed.
The donor is supposed to add it up and submit a donor's form. However, many donors don't, because the Australian Electoral Commission has not taken anyone to court for not putting in a donor's form since the mid-1990s.
There's also a lack of consistency across the states regarding political donation disclosure.
The Liberal Party is a federal organisation, but it's also a state-based organisation. So in a sense, you can go almost jurisdiction hopping as to where you can donate money, where you're least likely to have to disclose it.
The Rudd government is still considering further tightening a raft of arrangements surrounding political donations, lobbying and influence. John Stewart, Lateline.